Hello and welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. My name is Velkata, and in this episode we're going to sort of revisit a ship that we've already done, but this is a bigger, badder version. This is the large version of the Refueling Javelin. Now, I have not personally done one of these ships. I unlocked it on a rank up recently, and it's the first time one has actually popped up in my list of available ships. So I'm excited to take a look. The Javelin already has trouble fitting into the entire bay, and this sucker has another section in the middle based on this picture. So this is probably going to be pretty cramped. So let's check this out together. And this is probably going to be 5 shifts. And since I've done a Refueling Javelin in the past, I will probably cut up this one. All my previous videos I've done continuous. But this is kind of, we might need to cut this up just so that it's not like 20 hours long. So let's jump into it. All right, let's get in it. Oh, wow, right up to the edge. It's extending past the barge. I've been wondering if in a future update they're going to expand, the work area. I don't know if they will or not, but man, look at the size of this sucker. It's just right up to the edge. Alright, so I think we're gonna work this a little differently. I already do javelins from back to front, but I normally kind of do a little bit on the front at first. The rings especially, but I think we're just going to clear out the middle first, because I don't want these things to go boom. And then we're going to just start at the back and try to peel things away. So let's do this real fast. I'm just going to do this either in a time lapse or I might actually skip ahead, cutting all these up. And let's just get to clearing this stuff off. Alright, so all of it is cut off, and I wanted to just chat a little bit here about a couple of things. First of all, in the previous Refueling Javelin episode, they didn't have actual fuel. It was coolant tanks. And I'm glad to finally get the opportunity. I mentioned it during that episode that you could have this configuration. And these tanks are held together by these discs in the middle and can be separated. But this is one of the advantages of this version, is that you can take all 3 at once with one tether, which is kind of nice.
Salvage security.
And if you are using the grappler, make sure you grab the tank itself and not the disc in the middle, unless you want to separate them, which, there are reasons to separate them, or can be. I have done it intentionally in the past. Maybe if you don't have enough grapple strength or just not enough tethers, earlier on, then that's how you separate them. But if you don't want to separate them, then just be careful. Like, you don't have, I was tethering the middle. You don't have to tether the middle one. Just as long as you're not grabbing the ring. Let's see if I can get this guy off the top. Give him a little bit of momentum. Get him over the edge. See, this corner's over the edge, so we'll grab the end. And these guys are kind of facing downwards already, so these will come off real easily. So anyway, I was saying a couple things. There was the second point was, if you watch my past videos, I always say clear everything off the outside of a vessel you can before going inside. And this is a really good point as to why. All of these, these are fuel tanks. You don't want these things to go boom. And there are a number of things that can and will go wrong in these salvage missions. And you don't want one of those things to cause a chain reaction that takes out all of these. So right now you can get rid of them safely. You should go ahead and get rid of them safely. And it's not just fuel tanks. You know, I always take antennas and whatnot off that I can. But it's extra obvious, I think, in the case of fuel tanks because of the fact that they're so volatile.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Really think it's important to get rid of these right at the beginning. So I'm getting these just kind of off the hook so they don't get stuck. Make it easier for the tethers to drag them down.
Salvage secured.
And this ship is a good example about the dangers of something going wrong. Because not only are they fuel tanks, but the only way I'm going to get into the back of the vessel, that the back half, is going to be through that door right there, which is facing all the fuel tanks. And, you know, if I end up having to do an explosive decompression through that area, those doors tend to get... Well, they're bad. They're bad for explosive decompression. Sometimes you have to do it, but the structure around them is likely to break up and throw bits and pieces out. And so if we have to decompress through this door, I would expect it to blow up everything in here if we still had those tanks. So
Salvage secured.
Let's start hitting that. Okay, yeah, it is pressurized. I'm not going to deal with all these rings right now because it's so close to the wall.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
But I am going to get the bottom ones off. And of course the antennas here on the back.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And I kind of want to pay attention to getting all of my explosives used,
Salvage deposit accepted.
which I covered
Credits
this
transferred.
strategy in the previous Javelin, that there are a lot of cutting points that require charges. And since in the current state of the game it refills your charges if you've bought at least the 10-pack, which is all I have, every shift, this ends up saving a lot of money, because it's 50,000 in order to buy a new pack, and that's a lot of money. Alrighty, we're gonna drag this guy. Let's grab this guy down.
Reserves are low. Note that excess
Drag this guy
carbon
back.
dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Let's get the other one before heading to
Salvage secured.
the master jack
Credits
for
deposited.
oxygen. Let's kind of push him around the edge. And I'm just going to leave this other ring up here for now, because it's just no good way of moving it around easily. And we'll readdress it as we start to disassemble the shell.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
And let's go ahead and grab the bottom one off of here as well. And just drag it back. I know it's not hanging over the marge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And while I got that laser cutter in hand, I think I'll go ahead and just cut these guys
There's
off.
5 minutes remaining in this shift.
I'm not going to bother blowing that.
Good. We were out.
As long as it's attached to the vessel, it's adding mass. And if I have to, you know, when you do explosive decompression, and you've probably seen it in either a past video of mine or, you know, in your own experience, sometimes a vessel can really get moved around by a decompression, especially if there are a lot of stray objects. And it moves less if it has more mass. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave those guys attached to the top in case we do have some kind of strange, uncontrolled event. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to get inside. Actually, not yet. We know we only have 4 minutes left. We have 6 charges left. Let's get them placed out. Not gonna blow them yet. This ship is going to take a lot of charges. It's 8 per midsection. I have 3 midsections.
Credits deposited.
Then the antennas that we already broke off, and the ion rings. So definitely want to stretch this out. We know that we're going to have multiple shifts, so take advantage of it.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is like the last one. It has all these credit drives floating around, but also a ton of stuff that I don't want banging around. And as I mentioned, and I said I don't want to have to do this through the airlock because those walls tend to be a little weak once you break them. But that's probably going to be my best bet because I don't want to send it out the back, pushing all that stuff into the reactor. Now I could probably cut through here and create a decompression event there, but that's also going to cause a weakness. If we're any other credit drives I can pick up, both for the money and because that's just fewer things floating around. But I think that we're gonna channel it down through here because at least we have, you know, the airlock here, maybe reinforcing the structure a little bit. But yeah, here we go, and I'm gonna fly straight out with it. I want to get out of the way of the flying stuff. So here we go. All right, so the structure held out. Very good. You see, if we had all those, you know, fuel tanks out here, any one of those could have taken a bouncing object and
All right,
been all she wrote.
Wrap it up. You got about a minute left.
I mean, look how far these things made it. We're gonna be finding those floating around over the next couple of shifts.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, so we only got 30 seconds left. We're not doing anything major.
Credits deposited.
Let's see if we can get the thruster cap off the back. That way, next shift we can unlock it from the inside. You know, it's amazing to think that this gigantic vessel is only being pushed by a single thruster. You know, those geckos, especially the heavy cargo geckos, have 3 thrusters on them. Alright, well, we didn't blow anything up, so good first session. Wow, 5.8 million! Woohoo! Almost 4 million in all those fuel tanks. Man, I did not expect that. Yeah, look at that. Alright, nice progress. Alright, let's head on to the next shift. Shift number 2. On this behemoth. Alright, we need to go inside. So what we learned last time was that all of this back paneling is connected right here. So hopefully it'll be a little smoother sailing on this one. And can't really fit through here. Alright, we can, you know what, let's do this. We know that we have taken the bottom ring off. Let's see, can we, okay, yeah. We got the gray cursor, which means we won't damage this by using the spreader. We're probably going to have to clear the ring on the top and just pull it up and away and just kind of forget about it for now, so that we can remove the support. Which, you know, I typically don't remove the support on the front, but I think I will be removing it on the back. Alright. That should be everything. Think, right? Oh, anything else here? No. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's break this up first. And then let's try to start pulling these rings off. Can we get this guy out of the way? We got all of the... Yeah, there we go. Right off the back.
Material deposited.
Give me that, please. Okay, get out of the way. Yeah, let's liberate the... Oh, darn it. Yeah, so we're gonna set off all those other explosives that we left
Object accepted for processing.
on the
Credits
rings,
deposited.
the inner parts. So let's place the ones that we know we need real quick, like. We're also not gonna bother. And you might hear some thunder in the background. We are having a storm here, and I forgot to close my window before I started recording. So, enjoy the weather with me if it's coming through on my mic. And between shifts, I'll close that window. Alright, so I'm just going to bother doing this because I want the explosions to kind of push things around. And I think that's it, right? We need to see if these rings here can be cut. That's these right here. Okay, those can be cut on their own. Let's get this guy out of the way. Let's put him a little further out of the way. I'm sure I could put him against the wall and then drag him down, but I don't want to spend the time doing that. I want to get these guys out of here. And then eventually just kind of drag him downwards. Alright. And remember, I always grab these by the outer rim so they'll peel away.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Please get out of my way.
Salvage gains observed.
I want to kind of keep them level. I don't want him to get caught on this little spike here, but he might anyway. But it's light, right? So I can influence it with my grappler. Like that, right there. Stay away from the furnace. Oh, that one was getting a little close. Alright. Now this ring isn't holding on to anything
Valuable
except
object
for
processed. Credits awarded.
that support up there, which we still need to break free. That's easier to do now that we can just fly in the back. Not easy to get through this cramped space, though. Alright, sail down now. Sail down. Oh, no, no, no. We're not going to cut the O-ring. Ion ring.
Raw material processed.
Get him out of here. Alright. See if we can pull this guy off.
Processing valuable objects.
Come on.
Credits awarded.
I know you're not connected. Oh, it is connected. Oh, that's what happened. No, I don't want it pulling the ring with it. Alright, that should work a little better. Alright. Okay, now it's blue. So I know that I can manipulate it. So I'm gonna grab it, I think, down here. Because this is going to be dangerous near the furnace. And there's a real chance we're going to lose this one. So we're gonna act as a counterweight as best we can. It's getting a little messy, but it's staying away from the furnace. We're okay with that. Pull this guy away. Now, I know that I get some benefit from having an upgraded grappler
Warning. Oxygen
when it comes to
reserves are low.
manipulating some of these things. Yeah, so, you know, that's really where the advantage to having an upgraded grappler comes in. It's not so much for, you know, you're not really going to drag this stuff around. You can see how little of an influence I have on it. But for manipulating it to kind of guide it to where you want it to go, it is so valuable. I've lost a lot of stuff to the furnace earlier in the game more often, though it still happens sometimes, before I had a strong enough grapple to swing it wide the way we're doing it here. And all that stuff's out of the way. Let's see if we can drop him down there while we go get some oxygen.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Object accepted for processing.
Is it gonna make it? It is not gonna make it. Well, I say that.
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the
This is
lights
dangerous.
out
I
on
gotta make
you.
sure I don't hit the ring.
Either pattern. We've wrapped.
Alright. This comes off anyway, right? So why not do it now? Alright, now let's see if I don't think I have detached.
Valuable object
This?
processed. Credits awarded.
the inside? I have not. Obviously not, because I haven't done that either. This was the quandary we had in the first time that we did one of these ships. That was why we couldn't get that to detach. So we know we need to break this off. I'm excited to have this be a lot less painful than last time. Oh yeah, it's blue.
Salvage
Yay!
secured. Account credit applied.
Alright. It would be kind of nice if we had a key that says, you know, prevent tethers from pulling, like while you're holding it down. I think that'd be pretty cool. That would let you set up multiple tethers to do directional like that. So you can manipulate the heading of an object.
Credits deposited.
Oh, make sure we're grabbing the outer shell, not the reactor itself. This may turn out to be the cleanest, easiest... Okay, what is up with this? See, normally, those caps come off, and we had the same problem on the refueling one. Huh. Okay, yeah, that would definitely, you know, we're just gonna... So we're gonna try this. We're gonna... Since this doesn't want to come free, this shouldn't do anything yet. Alright. So now when we free the reactor, that should just pull the reactor straight down with it. All we gotta do is just let go. Nope! Nope!
Urgent action required.
It didn't happen. Okay, well that was a failed experiment.
Ship salvage in full. Credits applied to cutter account.
Alright, let's carefully get in here without getting frozen. No serious damage done. So, we learned from it. That's what we wanted to know. I wanted to know if that would work. The answer is no. But you know, it's anytime you're doing something crazy like that, prepare for the worst. So you know, we had a clear path ready. In case that didn't work right. So we're not going to cut anything else right now because I want this to thaw out.
1 minute
In the
left,
meantime,
Cutter.
let's
Time to start wrapping things up. Weaver out.
just grab some other stuff. Prepare for next shift.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Now, and this time we're going to not tear these cut points out, which is if you saw the previous episode, I really said I didn't want to because they were useful for holding on to those walls behind it, because you're going to cut them out. But we cut them out last time because we couldn't figure out why that ring wouldn't release. And when you can't figure out why something doesn't move, you just cut and cut and cut until you find out what moves it. This time we didn't have to do that, so we can do this properly. Wow, right, 4.479. I tell you, this ship is worth some money. And we're already up to the 3rd milestone on 2 shifts, so we're doing good. Alright, let's hop on to the 3rd shift. That's dangerous starting off with the cutter in my hand. Normally a grapple right from the beginning, I just about cut that thing in half. Gimme, 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 gimme. Thank you. Alright. We'll come back to that guy in a minute.
Deposit accepted.
So this is thawed out. We've already cut out the back, which is good. Now, last time we tried to separate this from the plate below and was unsuccessful in doing so. So I'm not sure if we can... Just have to let that little bit of nanocarbon go. That should be free. It is.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Because this doesn't want to come
Object accepted
off.
for processing.
It does not.
Credits deposited.
It is. Oh. A little side piece here. Alright, we're gonna give it one more chance to see if we can. I guarantee this isn't worth it, but for science. Yeah, 115 kilograms. Titanium. See if I can remember at the end to figure out how much that's worth.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Okay, so we've already cut out the wall, which is good,
Salvage secured.
but this is still
Account
connected
credit
over
applied.
here. So let's cut all of these out real quick. Alright, so we're going to try to get away with something that, again, we ran into problems last time because we didn't know how to properly disconnect that. And I want to show you what I would prefer to try to do here. So we're gonna disconnect this guard as well. This is all titanium. What we're trying to do is we're trying to isolate that intersection that is pretty much all furnace stuff. And I'm going to do it.
Object
I'm
accepted
going to
for
do it
processing.
by doing this.
Credits deposited.
So I've disconnected the outer walls. Alright. So, let's see if that whole intersection... I might need to do one cut to get the... I might have to do one more cut to get the... thingies out. Airlocks! Oh, we have an inner plate. No. We've already got that. We'll see. If this works, then you'll see what I'm trying to do. So this should all be separated now. It is. Alright. We're just gonna get this guy out of there. Thank you. Why is this broken off? That's weird. Alright, well. I know that this is titanium, so I'm going to cut this off. And no door panels, right? So that is furnace. That's going to allow us to pull out our airlocks. And that inner ring
Raw material
of
processed.
nanocarbon.
Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And now,
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
let's see if this guy is free. Should be free. If you're not free, then we're gonna have to examine and see if I missed something. I did miss something. This should not be connected any longer. What are you holding on to? I mean, you guys can see that, right? That it's a straight line. It's not connected at any point. Yeah, this is one of those weird anomalies where it's clearly not connected, but it's not disconnecting. So that might need a little bit more of a cut there. There it is. That's weird edging cuts. So this would have worked a lot better had it been all one piece.
Your oxygen
And I think the
reserves
whole
are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
it would have pulled this out as one smooth pull as opposed to doing all this banging around, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not sure why this got all
Object accepted for processing.
cut up.
Credits
But you can see
deposited.
all this other stuff. That whole shell, I didn't have to cut any of that up. This is all processor stuff. And it's giving us access to the back of the ship, the back of the middle section.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are critical.
Wow, this thing is so in the way, I'm having to come around the back of the master jack.
Welcome to Vintage 19.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Make sure we get the door handle off of this guy. We did not.
You've got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Alright,
We wrap.
time to start placing demo charges. Let's just jump ahead to all these being placed. Alright, they're all placed. Let's free up this section. Pull that guy away. we're gonna cut this ring off because it's gonna be in the way of pulling that guy out. But we're gonna leave the furnace stuff all connected, at least for now. Cancel the tethers.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Ah, found a stray crate. Told you we'd find some of those guys floating around.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I wouldn't be surprised if we lost some of them in the decompression event. I want to pull this kind of straight. I don't want it swinging around towards the furnace. I know I harp on that a lot, and the control necessary to just be safe. But I have really lost a lot of things that, frankly, I shouldn't have lost to things just getting sucked into the furnace. You see how close that's getting anyway? If it just a little bit of it catches the corner of that, and it's lost, it's gone. All right.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Let's see if we can pull this guy straight. I'm gonna kind of bow these outwards a little bit. Actually, it's not gonna move yet because it's still attached.
Cutter, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this
Well,
shit.
that's all right. Those will actually last the next session, next shift. So let's try to remember that as soon as the next shift starts, we're gonna run straight forward and
Credits deposited.
blow those off. I bet I can't do it in time, but we'll try anyway. We already know this stuff's gonna be in the way, so we can pre-move all of it out.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
All right. $1.2 million. It seems like a letdown considering the last two shifts, but you know, there's a lot of cutting, a lot of just moving objects around, you know, and it's just got to be done. And it's still good payday. I mean, it's twice as much as the daily debt. So, all right. Shift number 4. I don't anticipate finishing it in this shift, but we'll see how much damage we can do. I think I already got the bottom blown out on this one. Oh, great, my thrusters had to get damaged right at the beginning of the shift, and so now we're going to have to listen to the thruster sound the entire shift. Alright, so let's let that move as much as it will move, and looks like we already got all of this one. So that's excellent. Alright. Yeah, we didn't expect the links to last long enough, the tethers.
Object
I only have the
accepted for
2-minute
processing.
tether upgrade.
Credits deposited.
I mean, clearly I can afford better. I just really haven't needed it, and I've kind of hesitated to get it Because sometimes I'll pull something that I only want to go, you know, so far, and I'll already have other things that I'm tethering to somewhere. It's like I can't just, you know, I don't want to hit the cancel tether key and cancel everything else out. And so on that probably backwards logic, I have not upgraded the length of them, but I can definitely see a future where I do upgrade the length. Because there are times where I'm like, that thing just needed to go a little further. And the next upgrade is like 5 minutes, something like that. Okay, hopefully this won't hit the door handle. And we have not decompressed this side of the vessel, so gotta be a little bit careful here. Kind of breaking the golden rule of, you know, as soon as you strip the outer things to immediately go in and decompress the entire vessel. But this thing is so large that I just kind of wanted to, you know, like, I don't want to be flying forward and backwards. It's probably a poor excuse, but that's the excuse I'm giving. Let's get another one kind of towards the outside here to swing it around. Stay away from the furnace. Oh, stay away from that furnace. You know, my dragging is not doing anything here. Oh, that is so close. Ooh, all right. You know, the sensible thing here would be to to break off this middle piece. You know, break it into pieces. And I'll probably have to. But let's, just for the fun of it, let's see if we can pull that whole thing.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
All right, look at it go. Let's see if we can push that whole thing down in the furnace. That'd be fun. All right, let's... Oh, this whole thing is already decompressed. Well, that's a rarity. Hopefully that wasn't something that we did.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
No, you don't need to increase them. You just need to open the door.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Kind of keeping an eye on that thing over there, too.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
All right. There it goes. I know we're wasting a little time watching this, but I just kind of want to watch this massive thing get sucked in.
Raw
Woo!
material processed. Credits deposited.
Sweet! Alright, let's get to it. Okay, didn't leave anything back there. It did not open. I'm not gonna wait on it. Let's go straight inside. I almost could do this in 4 shifts. Get this guy off the ground. Since we don't have to decompress this, we can do this the quick way. Sneak our way into the lower panel. We didn't get to do this on the last one. Let's kick that out. We're not gonna bother with the glass. It's just not gonna be worth it. Move our way around. These two terminals are stuck together, but if you drag them for too long, it will separate them, which is why
Salvage secured.
I try to
Deposited.
just touch it with it and do a quick pullback,
Credits deposited.
like that. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, is it gonna make it? No, it's not.
Ship salvaged in full. Credits applied.
Brakes, brakes, brakes. Was it worth chasing that? Probably not. I think we're on course for a 98% completion. I probably shouldn't say that out loud. Probably gonna have to edit that out in post.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, it's everything but the light.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Cut this out. This whole thing is still one piece because we went out the front. Just like that.
Oxygen reserves are low. Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage quotas.
Object accepted.
Oh, oh, oh.
Processing.
I'm trying to do this as fast as I can without breaking anything because, I mean, I know we're not going to finish it in this shift, but I'd like to see just how close we can get.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation
You know, had the
coverage.
last airlock section hadn't gotten caught up, I bet we could have made it. Some oxygen. Because breaking this front down is not going to take any time at all. It's going to take more than 5 minutes, but
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
it's really,
You got 5 minutes left in this
you know,
shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out.
most of the hard stuff's done already.
Right.
You can already see the title of this video. Large Refueling Javelin in parentheses, almost 4 ships. And I'm sure I could just do another one. Refilm it and try to cut it down to 4, but this is experience together. That's what it's about. Alright. So let's peel this off. We're gonna leave the supports the ion ring supports alone. Just not going to bother cutting them off. Hey, look, a Pepsi bottle. I'm glad to know that Pepsi is still a drink in the future. I happen to have one sitting next to me right now. Hope I did not lose any Coke subscribers from espousing the superiority of Pepsi. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Where's the exit? Right here's the exit. Alright, we need to... I should have moved this guy out of the way earlier. That's gonna have to do. Let's see. This being so far forward, this is going to be a little challenging. So we're going to use the cage largely to pull the heavier object. I know I've mentioned in the past that lighter objects push heavy objects in this game for some weird non-physics reason. So see how easily that's pulling this heavier object. Now that it's straight, we're just going to take that whole thing in. Yeah, we were really close to doing this in 4 sessions. I'm really pleased with how quickly and cleanly this thing came apart.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
And this is really thanks to, you know, what we learned in the previous one with this style where it has an ion ring on the back as well as the front. It also helped a lot that we had fuel tanks this time as opposed to the coolant tanks, because they come off so much faster.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Destroyed amount. Yeah, I know that. That was the thing that I didn't cut off of the
Salvage deposit accepted.
2 supports.
Credits transferred.
But I mean, all the time we saved not, you know, bringing those supports in. You know, we didn't have to cut them out and unstick them. Alright, so it's probably going to be really close next, you know, with 1.6 out of that one. We're going to, my target is, I try to make 1.2 million per, but really, you know, like 600,000 is going to be enough to cover the debt. And since we don't have our 5th milestone, we're definitely going to move on to the next one. Plus, I don't like leaving a undone vessel. So what we can try to do is complete this before we have to spend money on oxygen. A minor victory, right? We'll use this light object to move that entire ring. Look at that. There's no way that should happen. That little airlock does not have that kind of mass. And we'll peel it away from the opening side. Just like that.
Valuable object processed.
Come free, come free. You You know, if anyone out there has a better way of getting that out, let me know. Typically, this is what I just do. I pull that out, and eventually it dislodges.
Salvage secured.
But it would be nice to pull it out a little bit more cleanly to where it doesn't move the whole vessel around. That wasn't too bad this time because it didn't spin it. Down is still down. Alright. Lights out. 2, 3. Out. Out. Alright. Should be 3 fuses. Let's see if there's another one on the other side. There it is. These are valuable. You do want to grab them. Okay, and let's...
Ship teardown complete. Cutter account credit.
The console was all I needed for the 5th.
Credits awarded.
Alright. Is it just me, or should this be disconnected? It shouldn't have spun around. Huh. We're gonna try to pull this ring off the back, even though it appears that it's... Oh, no, it's still, yeah. We gotta cut this out right here. This is where it's connected. Alright. Now, ideally, if this is all clean cut, we'll be able to pull the ring away all in one piece. And don't have to spend all our time cutting everything else out. I will probably still have to cut the front of this off so that we can get the airlocks out.
Valuable object processed.
Alright,
Credits deposited.
time to find out. Did we clear everything? Boy, that sure doesn't look clear, does it? There we go. It looks like there's a little bit of overhang. Because I really don't want it pulling the rest of this into the processor.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Go the other way, please. There we go. Cancel, we don't want it to get too much momentum. So we need to tear this part off the edge so that we can get these airlocks out. Easiest way is just to break it here. Sometimes I do an extra click because, as you can see, these are all 3 individual things, and sometimes after 2, there's still 1 left. Alright. You know, we got... That's not... Alright. I was like, did we ever actually decompress that? We got a little bit extra time.
Valuable object processed.
Let's just go ahead and grab these doors out. And then furnace the rest of that. We are still on track for a 98% completion, which is a sticker.
Credit applied.
And pulling that off on a Javelin,
Object accepted for processing. Credit
that's
deposited.
no small task. I don't know why I'm trying to change the grappler even though I'm on it.
Salvage
That's
deposit
breaking
accepted. Credit
computer terminal out. We're gonna risk just cutting the floor straight out, even though there's still stuff on it. It's not something I normally like to do, but you kind of get away with it. I'll still have to go on the inside and detach everything from the floor. See, it probably won't move, right? It's still
Salvage
part of the
secured. Credits deposited.
it's still part of the whole structure because there's things attached to it. I think liberating the table breaks the stuff off of it. Now it'll come out.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
No, I wanted the table. The table's in the way.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. That's okay. That's not good. Things are. It's having that collision bug.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
Yeah, I know we were going to try to beat the O2, and I probably could just chuck this thing in. Yeah, see, that stuff isn't going to come free.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat the oxygen thing, but to be honest, it's going to take too long to get
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
to actually tether this thing to the furnace before I would suffocate. Oh, there's another door handle on the inside, yeah. Alright, fine, we'll go get some oxygen. I dilly-dallied in the name of getting the 98%.
Got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. Peter out.
So now we're gonna take a little bit more of our time. So what I was trying to do inside that room was take the panels off the top to see if I can salvage the pipes.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
If I can find the right way. I'm turned upside down. So, you know, I still want to get these processor pipes off, and you can't cut them. They will blow up. And I noticed in another ship that these panels can sometimes come free. And once they come free, they let go of the pipe. So I was trying to get these to come off. And they did, I mean, they're free now, sort of, but they're stuck. I might be able to cut them out from the other side. But even though they're unstuck, they're not letting go of the pipes, which is kind of the point. So if you guys have figured out a way of cleanly getting these pipes off without blowing things up, please leave a comment. It's, oops. Like I said, maybe if I cut the roof out, but, you know, who knows. Alright, I don't think there was a heat sink on this. I don't think there are heat sinks on this vessel. Nope. Alright. I'm really tempted to try to cut that ceiling out, but we're trying to get our 98%. And if that goes boom, that's going to destroy those panels. What does this thing come connecting to? I believe the rest of this, I mean, shy of cutting the doors out. Let's ride along inside it. Because this isn't dangerous. Not at all. Hey, I saved a leg. Alright, let's watch for the notification of a sticker. 98%, come on. Alright, don't be dramatic about it. Get in there. Alright, let's watch the top left corner. Did we get the 98%? Drum roll.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
What? Oh, come on! That's gotta be 98%. Did we lose anything in the air? Is there anything else we can throw? What is this?
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Something down here. Do it!
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
I am wildly disappointed. I feel like a little kid scraping the last things off of his plate looking for dessert. Can I have dessert now? All right. $2.1 million. Wow, I did not think that we had that much left for this shift. Fair amount of nanocarbon. And together that was 540,000. I mean, I knew we had the ion ring, so I knew coming back that was going to be valuable. But I did not think we had this kind of 7 airlock consoles. Did we pull that many off of this last area? Wow. The power generator, I knew we still had that. Alright, well. I'm calling shenanigans. That looks like 98% to me. It looks like 99%. Oh, look! 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 Yes! It did give me it. Thank you very much for coming back, especially if you've already seen the first Javelin refueling. I really appreciate you coming back to see the large version of it. I don't want this content to be redundant. I hope to add something new whenever I bring up another video. But thanks very much for spending your time with me. Thanks a lot for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And leave me comments if you have any comments about anything. Hopefully things related to the video. And if this looks entertaining and you haven't played the game, it really is entertaining. And I haven't regretted. I try to avoid early access a lot of times, but I haven't regretted jumping on this one. But thanks again for watching, and if you liked it, leave a like, and hopefully I'll see you in a future episode.